Hi, everybody. Welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Danny Vega, joined by two wonderful guests today. She was the co-producer of my stand-up show here in Echo Park, Los Angeles. We welcome Krystle to the show.
Hi, happy to be here.
Good to have you. And she did one of our shows, and she has the best stage name ever, which reminds me of planets and fruit from the Caribbean. Pluto, Papaya. Welcome.
Hey.
Best
I'm
name.
thrilled to be here.
Wow, much better.
One up me.
On the bonus, she was like, I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, that one's the bonus. Okay.
Yeah, this is the real deal now.
Okay,
This
got
is
it.
going
Real
out
deal.
to the world.
Ooh.
Well, I've been doing some reading. I don't know. Are you allowed to say that if it's an audiobook? Or
I
do you
think
say I've been
so.
doing some listening?
You still say reading, I
think
feel
you
like.
can.
I still feel like
I
it's
give
reading.
you the credit, yeah.
You get credit?
Yeah.
You don't have to, yeah.
Well, I'm reading basically two books that are kind of similar. I read one. It's called Dopamine Nation. I think this is my favorite. Are you guys addicts at all? Addictive personalities?
No.
No.
Okay. Didn't realize
You are
I was here
alone.
with the fucking Dalai Lama motherfuckers. Well, the book I thought was a little bit more relevant. I mean, that book's about kind of compulsive behavior, but this other one I'm reading now is similar. It's called The Anxious Generation. Have you guys heard of this? It's like New York Times bestseller. It's fucking banging right now. And I got to say, we have talked about social anxiety on this pod, and I've said a lot like Gen Z needs to shut up and just go out and do it. And what's that?
I said rude.
It was
Only
rude.
Gen Z
And I
here.
was
Gen Z.
are you Gen Z?
Yeah, I'm
Oh, how
24.
young.
Are you 24?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She was 22 when I met her.
young.
Can you believe we're friends?
I knew you were young, but I didn't want to ask.
The other day, Krystle, I asked her, I forgot how old she was. I asked her, she said 34, and I said,
She literally gasped.
I
also can't believe you said it right here, right
really
now
hurtful.
on camera.
That's really hurtful.
That's
I'm
insane.
so sorry.
Ellie.
We're
It's
not
my favorite
old.
number.
34 is the new 27.
There you
So
go.
get
And
straight.
you're still younger than that, yeah.
You know, you're so young.
So young.
But you're not annoying about it so far, so we're okay with you.
I will be
Yeah.
now.
Well, no, I mean, actually, it's good. This actually works out perfect.
Yeah.
So the premise of this book is basically, I don't know the exact years, so don't quote me, but basically, you know, when I was a kid, there was no smartphone. We had the computer, and I was addicted to internet porn, but that was like 13 or 14. And that obviously did have a very negative impact on me. But I guess that wasn't borne out in the data. Apparently, that was just my problem. I did like computers a lot as a kid, still do. But anyway, there's like, if you look at all the charts, like anxiety and depression just goes through the roof with Gen Z. I think it starts in 2010. But yeah, basically like a lot of these kids are essentially not having normal childhoods and they're raised on a phone.
Yeah.
And it's two things. It's the phones and it's also the fact that like quote unquote safety culture, kids aren't playing. They're not allowed to roam around the neighborhood. And so there's this like sort of double whammy here.
Yeah.
So you're 24. So how does that line up with your experience?
I don't know. I guess I feel like I was like the last of it where like I didn't grow up like with a phone or like
Oh, you didn't.
Oh, really?
When did you
No,
get
I-
your
When
did
first
you get a cell phone?
smartphone?
my first smartphone. I mean I had one when I was like pretty young. Like I think I was probably in like 7th grade when I got like an iPhone.
That's very young.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I had a cell phone in the 6th grade, but it wasn't a smartphone. So it's like different,
Yeah.
you know?
Well,
It is
and that's the point he makes, what I thought was really great. It's like, well, yeah, when we had cell phones, like I remember I had the Nokia phone
Yes.
with Snake.
With Snake.
You know, and it was
Yeah.
fun. You could play Snake for a half
Exactly.
hour, so it was like fun.
But you couldn't like leave reality. Really.
You couldn't leave reality, and like really, and you would text, but it was all very much around organizing
business or like
in-person meetup,
Yeah, exactly.
business. I don't know what kind of stuff you were.
this. I mean, like productive texting,
yeah.
not just like what's up.
Yeah, you wouldn't. Maybe you might text a little, but like you were gonna
Like,
go do
are you
something
coming
with that.
over?
Yeah, are you
Yeah.
coming over or not?
We're going to the mall.
Okay, yeah.
We going to the mall, you know? And so, but yeah, basically the Gen Z is all kinds of messed up because these things cook you.
I was gonna say before I had an iPhone, I did have like an iPod Touch since like I probably like 4th grade. Like I had a Facebook when I was 10. Like
Oh my God.
yeah. So I
That's
definitely
crazy.
that makes
Yeah.
that makes
I
sense.
mean, that's against the law technically, right?
it was, and I got in big trouble. I remember my
Oh, you
parents
did?
found it, and it was not good.
Wow.
I know that your parents had the law. You're like, and the police did
At
come.
the
They
time-
were my
The
parents.
police came.
The cops were there. They were involved.
Really interesting book. Very recommend. Definitely given me a lot of insight into the Gen Z mindset because I'm like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine. It's like, to have a smartphone when you're 13 years old, and I guess it actually disproportionately, it fucks with boys and girls in different ways, but I didn't really realize like how bad it was affecting girls because I guess the social media gets just it's kind of like socializing someone in this really bizarre way on Mars. That's how he puts it in the book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you're kind of getting exposed to like these influencers, which are strangers.
Yeah.
Getting these like ridiculous engagement levels and they're like paraded in front of you. And so it's just like very like kind of messes up all your like social systems and
Like,
ends up making you feel useless and terrible.
Like, you maybe had some light bullying in middle school, but like then you could go home and you could leave it. So I can't
Exactly.
imagine.
Yeah. 24. It's 24/7.
Yeah.
You have access to these
Always.
kids, these
Yeah.
punks.
Do you feel like there's social anxiety amongst your
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
peers?
Like,
Yeah.
God forbid somebody calls me on the phone. It's so crazy. Like, hell no.
You won't answer.
Really?
I won't answer. No, I'll watch. Like now how they updated the phone. Like when someone leaves a voicemail, you
Oh,
can like
yeah.
literally read it, like
Yeah.
subtitles,
Yeah.
like while they're leaving it. I'll be reading it, and I'm sitting there in bed. And
I
I'm
do
like,
love
I'm
that
not gonna-
I'm not
experience. For
answering
some
it.
reason, that's
So
really
just
fun.
listen to their voicemail as they're leaving it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna pick up.
Right.
I'm not gonna pick up. I refuse. I refuse. Absolutely refuse to answer a phone call. But unless I'm at work and I have to answer the phone at work.
So you will answer your phone at work.
I have to.
It
I'm
is the
obligated
job.
to, unfortunately, but I don't enjoy it.
Is
Okay.
it because it's like you just don't know what's coming, and then because you're used to
Because I like to like,
see stuff, read
Maybe it's
it,
like-
think about it?
if someone texts you, it's like you can read it and be like, let me think about this, what to say. But if you're on the phone, it's
Yeah.
like boom, boom, boom.
You're in the hot seat,
Yeah.
like a podcast.
Yeah, like this.
Oh, you seem like you're able to talk.
Yeah.
You seem normal.
Thanks.
I can't imagine. I struggle with Reddit. I have a bad Reddit addiction. Obviously, I have to go on
Really?
Reddit to,
Right.
do this podcast.
Yeah.
But like, if I get in that home feed, I can kill a day. I can
Oh, yeah.
easily kill 4 or 5 hours. I won't keep the Reddit app on my phone just because that's even more easy to consume.
Really?
It's bad. It's bad.
But at least
These-
you're reading.
That's true.
I don't know if that's true.
Imagine if they made audiobook for Reddit. That's
Wow.
what this is.
Yeah, it
Kind
is.
of.
Oh God, great. No, you know what?
You're
Cancel the
contributing
episode.
to- yeah.
We're not gonna do the show. But yeah, and then like play is a big thing, and I feel like some people don't know how to play. I was thinking about that. Like kids play. They need to
Oh.
play, and a big component of it is like kids kind of calibrate their own level of risk. There does need to be some risk, like kids running around the playground.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess like that's another thing that's happened. Like overly safe playgrounds aren't actually fun for kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they need a little bit of thrill. It doesn't mean make it a death
Interesting.
trap,
Yeah.
but like you can make it fun.
And then I guess that's how they sort of start to determine
Yeah,
their like boundaries and
exactly.
Yeah,
And they learn like that they can take risks, but some risks are too much, and
yeah,
like
or some are worth it.
some are worth
Like
it.
if you can get down the big slide,
It's
fun.
The big metal slide.
you can burn your butt cheeks.
I think he actually said, do you guys know the spinny one where like the other kids you grab on?
Yeah.
It's basically like a circle and the other kids can push you.
Uh-huh.
I forgot where he landed on it, but I was like, that is the ultimate playground equipment. Because like you could definitely go fast enough to die.
Yeah,
but
to
like
fly
really,
off.
I didn't know anyone who died on it.
You don't know
No.
anyone.
Doesn't mean it
Phones.
doesn't happen.
Anyway, it's great to have you guys.
Thank you.
Krystle, you had some kind of story about something.
There's a local coffee shop around here, and I go there a good bit. And they're usually very like friendly. Customer service is always,
Hi, welcome.
yeah, welcome. And like, do you need anything else? And one time I ordered like hot water because whatever, my throat. And it was like clearly they weren't gonna like ring that in. And so they like forgot to give it to me. They were like so apologetic. I was like, it's so fine. Like you just forgot to give me hot water or something. Just to say this is normally the vibe, right?
Okay, got it.
Okay.
This time though, I go in, I'm with my brother, and my brother's like best friend since childhood. So I'm essentially with like two of my brothers, and which comes up later. But the guy at the counter, so I order a pastry. I want to heat it. I always want everything hot. I'm like, can you give me this and can you heat it? He's like, yeah. So I pay and then I go sit down. And so when they bring me a warm pastry, it's not the one I ordered.
Okay.
And so I'm immediately like, I usually internalize stuff. So I'm like, oh, maybe I said the wrong thing. My brother's like, you definitely didn't say the wrong thing. You definitely said the other thing. I was like, okay, let me just go back and tell them, hey, I actually ordered something else. I go to the counter. I'm like, hey, I ordered something else. He's like, oh yeah, that's a totally different pastry. Just immediately like, I'm an idiot. I'm like, I know it's a totally different pastry. That's why I'm bringing this one back to you. And he's kind of like, okay, well, like, if you could like kind of help us out like a little bit, like if you see you're getting the wrong pastry, like just let us know. Don't just take it. Cause like now I have to like throw that one out. And then in the midst of like giving me the other pastry that I wanted, he like dropped it on the counter. So I feel like he was mad because then he like had to like sort of essentially toss out 2 pastries, whatever. He gave me.
He dropped the new
He dropped the new one. Yeah. I had given him and then he dropped. Yeah. And so then whatever. I guess I don't even know if he heated it or if I just didn't even worry about it because he was driving me so crazy. But anyways, I took it and I sat back down. But then as I'm like sitting back down, I'm like telling essentially my brothers that like I just got attitude from this person at the counter. And I'm like kind of like popping off a little bit. I'm like, listen to what this guy just said to me. And the guy's like clearly like around and he's like hearing me. But like he's probably not going to say anything because I'm like with my brothers. And then, but now every time I go to this coffee shop, the guy's like, hey, welcome back. And I'm like, are we gonna like?
It's like shitty.
It's like beef. Yeah.
Like, hey.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
And I'm like, do we have a problem? You're the one.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Why are you mad at me? But I feel like, okay, this is what I think happened. I think that he didn't know that I wanted the pastry heated. Oh, because the guy who gave me attitude was different from the guy who served me or like took my order in the first place.
Okay.
So I think the guy who I brought it back to
thought you ordered that.
Yeah, I think he thought I saw literally like that I was given the wrong pastry and then took it and sat down with it and then brought it back. And so I guess that's why he was like,
okay, that was what I was going to ask. I was going to ask, what did he mean when he said, like, help us out?
Yeah, like, why?
I was like, but they heat it up. Like, how are you supposed to see it?
How was I supposed to see it? But I also feel like even if you didn't know that,
there's no need
why
for
are you
2?
coming in so hot?
Yeah, no.
I'm a customer. Give me the fucking pastry that I say I wanted.
Yeah, and also help us out. It's like, dog, it's a $2 pastry. I think you're going to survive. I think it's going to be okay on this one.
It's probably like a $7 pastry.
Well, no, that's what they charge, but that's not what costs them to make. I mean, this guy's acting like there's a croissant shortage, don't you know?
Right, we can't be just being loose with these pastries. Yeah,
like
that's
true.
I mean, also he could have eaten it. No, I would have eaten it.
And that one that fell on the counter is also fine. Yeah,
I would have been happy. I would have been like, cool, I'm going to take this to the back then and you can have this one. Because if they have to throw it out.
It's actually better for me. Yeah.
I think customer service is kind of bad here. I think a lot of people are just, I think they're frustrated and I understand it.
I get it.
I get it. It sucks. It totally sucks. And there's not a lot of money, obviously, in those jobs. And a lot of people came here to chase a dream. So it's kind of like double whammy.
Yeah, that you're doing this.
Double homicide, yeah.
You know?
You're a barista and you wanted to be an actor.
Yeah.
And
now I'm giving, exactly. And they're both on you. Yeah.
Damn.
I think so. I think he was just in a bad mood. But I'm like, don't take it out on me.
No,
I didn't do anything. But I guess like, and I guess they're used to dealing with like, probably like a bunch of like, I don't know, it's probably people on both sides, right? It's like, you also probably deal with a bunch of crazy Karens all the time.
Of course.
And so probably when I come back up there and I'm like, hey, you gave me the wrong pastry.
They're triggered.
Yeah, they're a little triggered.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm not going to be anything but sweet until you give me a reason to not be. But maybe I don't give that off or... That's not really on me.
I let it go. I mean, I'm not.
How old was
like,
this barista? Or whatever he was.
But he's not. He's like probably
young,
late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I had an experience at a coffee shop here, and by the way, these are the most pretentious coffee shops in the entire world.
Yeah,
that as well.
That's factual.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just didn't bring out my drink. And it was the girl, ostensibly the girl who put it in. She didn't put it in right. I don't know what she did.
Right.
And so whatever. Eventually I went up after 20 minutes. Whatever.
You waited 20 minutes for coffee?
I did.
What kind of coffee?
Oh, espresso tonic. That's my new jam. Anyway, the same girl, the girl who essentially causes error. I mean, as far as I know, right? She's a person I talk to.
She forgot to press enter.
Comes around and she goes, how is everything? And I was like, well, actually what happened was she goes, I meant, how's your drink? And I was like, okay. I just let it go. But I was like, bro, like this wasn't a moment for you to take accountability over the incident.
Wow.
Like,
So you had your drink at that point.
well, yeah, but I had to go up and
Then
get
she
go
it.
came
get it.
back over to ask you, why'd she do that?
Yeah.
Does
she-
You know I have
Is
something
this like
to say
a restaurant
probably.
type of cafe
No,
thing? Or
it's
is this
just
like,
a coffee shop.
and she's the
Yeah.
cashier and she came
Yeah,
over?
she's a cashier.
She
and
just
I was
wanted to
like,
give you attitude.
right?
Yeah.
I was like, couldn't you just say like, yeah, my bad on
Sorry
that,
about
or
that.
we're sorry about that?
And that's all I ever need too.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted from that guy. Like,
who cares?
sorry, yeah, you're right. I fucked that up. Or somebody fucked that up.
How?
It doesn't
What?
matter.
Can we talk about what the pastries were? What did you order and what did you get?
Yeah, because
Was it
they
like a
were
sweet
very
and savory?
different. No, it wasn't that different.
Oh boy, you might be this could change.
It's like an almond
I'm like,
croissant,
yeah,
okay.
versus an almond croissant with butter. No, it was like a pear situation versus a peach situation. Peaches are so different.
They're different.
I'm from Georgia.
I mean, you have a right. Oh, you're from Georgia. That
Oh, yeah.
then
Peach
that's-
State.
You can't
I'm like,
debate
we don't
that.
play about
You
it.
can't debate
They
that.
were both like kind of sweet. Mine was like bigger. That was another thing too. The one I ordered was like a little bigger. And so maybe he also was like, you asked for like the one that's $1 less. I don't know, but like maybe that also is making
Ooh,
him a
what-
little
but
salty.
did you pay for the right one or did you pay for the smaller one?
I actually did pay for the smaller one, I think.
Oh, okay.
I realize
hold
now.
on, you're the asshole.
At the time,
Wow.
at the time, I didn't know that because it's like, why is a pastry $8 in the first place?
True.
But when I think about it, I'm like, oh, I think they did say, like, I think I paid $7. I didn't really think about it at the time.
Wow.
But
That
I know I
$1.
said the right thing. So whoever punched it in,
They fucked up.
They fucked
And they
up.
fucked you and they disrespected you.
Mhm.
yes.
roll back the tape.
And
said.
they should have, I mean, I don't know. They should have let me keep both. Like, anytime
Yeah, that's
it's
the
like
thing
on
too.
them.
They don't usually take it and throw it out. They
Well,
usually
they don't want to
Yeah.
incentivize
They're like, you could just keep that.
the Karens. I mean, that's
I
the
guess
thing. You were
so.
honest, but
Yeah. And I didn't need to keep the other one because I really did want mine. But it's just like,
Again, he could have
again,
eaten
the
it.
customer service. He could
they're
have
the
eaten it.
asshole. Not even debatable.
Okay,
I
good.
agree.
Well, we got a fun wedding episode for you guys,
Yay.
even though it seemed pastry themed, which would have been fun.
Would have been delicious.
Yeah, pastry
Next
themed
time.
would
And I'll bring the
actually have been
cookies.
Our second story, would I be the asshole for dropping out of my friend's wedding last minute? But first, folks, AITA for refusing to pay for my daughter's wedding after learning her fiance bullied my son.
fun. Ooh.
I, 50M, have 2 kids. My daughter, 25F, who's getting married next year, and my son, 23M, who came out as gay in high school. Son had a really rough time. He was bullied relentlessly, and it took a toll on his mental health. He's doing much better now, but those years left scars. Last month, daughter introduced us to her fiance, 27M. I recognize immediately as one of the kids who made my son's life hell. When I quietly brought it up to my son later, he confirmed, but told me not to make a big deal about it because he's quote unquote moved on. Here's the thing, I haven't.
Okay.
Turn up, Mom.
I can't
Or
stand the
dad.
thought of helping pay for a wedding to someone who tormented my son. I told my daughter this, and she said her fiance has changed and regrets his actions. She asked me to let it go for her sake. I said I'm happy for her, but that I can't, in good conscience, fund the wedding. Now daughter's furious and claims I'm punishing her for something she had no part in. My wife thinks I should reconsider, but I feel like funding this wedding would betray my son.
So it's the dad.
Yeah.
Or they're lesbians.
Or they're lesbian.
My son is
Lesbians
staying
are
neutral and says he doesn't want to be the reason for family drama, but I can tell it's making him uncomfortable. Daughter says I'm ruining her big day.
All right.
AITA.
Can you really tell it's making him uncomfortable or are you just uncomfortable? I feel like
What a thing to attach to.
Didn't the son say like I've moved on, leave it alone? So what do
Yeah.
you mean you can tell he's uncomfortable? I feel like maybe you're just like acting like
And he might just be uncomfortable at the situation as a whole because it's like, ugh, I had
I'd be
a
uncomfortable
bully.
too, yeah.
And yeah, now the bully's like my brother-in-law. It's weird. But I don't know. I think it's kind of on the new potential brother-in-law to be like, to come in and kind of try to make amends with the fam.
yeah.
Be
I
like,
agree with that.
The son-in-law to OP,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes,
the
yeah.
fiance, yeah.
It's got to be
Yes.
addressed in some way for sure.
yeah. And like, sorry, I used to bully you.
I think so. I think this is a really weird approach, though, for dad to be
Yeah.
like,
I'm not gonna pay for
what
the
am I going to
wedding.
do about this? I ain't going to pay. That's what you're going to do. I
Yeah.
ain't paying shit.
Also, I'm confused on like the timelines of they're engaged, they're getting married, but the dad met
Just met him.
That's
Is that what they
true.
were saying?
Yeah, it's not
It seems
adding up
kinda like
really.
it.
It seems kind of insane. But
Or is he saying like I met him and I've been holding a grudge all this time and now they're engaged?
yeah, I honestly think a lot of people were calling this fake. But I like the pattern, the fact pattern of it. It's interesting to me because it's like, what do we enable? What do we expect?
Yeah, and as a sister,
Yeah, that too.
I would never. I mean, you would have to.
So what kind of person were you in high school? I beat the shit out of your brother.
Yeah,
Like constantly.
like
For no reason.
date's over. Like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Yeah. I mean, people do change. I think I
Right.
wasn't a very nice kid in high school.
You were a bully?
Yeah, I was a bully. I think I was bullied.
Were
I
you
was
cool?
bullied. I was like middle class, I bullied the people
There was
below
a
me.
balance.
The upper class bullied me.
Bully you, yeah.
It goes both ways.
There's enough bullying to go around.
I didn't bully anyone
always.
for being gay, though. I don't remember doing that. I called straight people gay. That I did. It was a different time, people. It's not okay.
How do you know maybe they were closeted? Maybe they were gay.
Touche.
What were we talking about?
Well, I think to me why this is
people
interesting
change.
is, people do
Yeah,
change,
that's
but
true.
like I do think, I think, just playing it as it lays, even though I do find it a little weird. He's like, I recognize him right as they're asking for the money. Like, what? I think the dad should step up and be like, look, I think that the right move, just assuming it had played out more logically, would be to go to the daughter and say like, hey, like, are you aware of what happened?
Yeah.
Talk it out. And then, like this person needs to be held accountable.
Yeah,
I don't think this is a buried under the rug thing.
Yeah.
no,
But also it is kind of on him to step up. I'm kind of with that too.
the brother
Totally.
or the
The
son-in-law.
fiance. The
Yeah,
fiance,
the
yeah.
fiance. Yeah.
That needs to do something.
He should step up. And yeah, maybe to your point, it's not about I'm not going to pay for the wedding, but it is like maybe something a little less extreme.
Well, I think that's kind of toxic. And I was thinking about that,
Yeah.
if that might be a form of enabling. Because when you enable, you punish people who should not be punished. Right? So like this guy did something toxic. Granted, he was young, but it's still,
Yeah.
he's still accountable for it. He should still apologize.
Yeah.
It's not that it doesn't need to be a fucking, we're not going to like fucking kill him. He just needs to be like, hey, yeah, I messed up and
Yeah.
I was homophobic and I was insecure myself or whatever, you
Right.
know. I wasn't 5'8", so I had problems with my height and I was insecure.
And now I want to marry your sister.
Now I want to marry your sister and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I said. I'm sorry I put your head in the toilet or whatever.
And it sounds like the brother would be like, cool, thanks. And that would
Exactly.
be it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't sound like it's like that big of a deal.
That's true.
So
I think, but I do think it is kind of, I actually do think he would be the asshole for doing it that way.
The dad?
Yeah, for just being like, funds withdrawn.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, no. Like, solve the problem.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. That's just
Because, yeah, you also just don't want that there. Like, this person is marrying your daughter. So, like,
Yeah.
you want to have a somewhat clean slate here, you know?
that's true. It's a weird way to go about it. Because then what?
Definitely.
They're gonna like what elope and then y'all aren't invited or like
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still gonna get married.
they're still gonna get
Yeah.
married, I guess.
So you might as well solve the root issue, and then you can have a nice wedding.
Root issue. Yeah.
It's wild. Lavender writes, you met your daughter's fiance for the first time after they got engaged. What's the rush to get married? If her fiance truly changed, then he should be making amends to his future brother-in-law.
Right.
Exactly.
There we go.
YTA, writes Mr. Steve, son said he moved on. Daughter had nothing to do with it, but now is aware of the situation and spoke to her partner. Kids do dumb shit. Some kids do worse dumb shit. If you as a parent who truly cared, you should have done something in the past rather than punish him as an adult or bring your daughter into it.
No.
Do something in the past. What does that mean? To go.
I guess he's saying before it got this far. I mean, I kind of do agree with that. It's like, I don't think this is a bring it up at the wedding.
But it doesn't seem to me like they've been in contact. It's like
That's
your
what I'm
son
saying.
gets
I'm still
bullied in high
confused.
school,
Yeah, I
and then you
mean,
run into them
yeah.
years later, and they're like being introduced as you as a boyfriend. It's
The
like,
timelines aren't timelining at all.
No,
in
the
any way
timelines are not
whatsoever.
timelining. Well, perfectly put. This is fake as fuck, but I do think it's interesting. And I think that, you know, people, I don't agree with that. I mean, like, I think people are accountable for what they did, period. I mean, like, God, even to something that you did as a little child, you know, I'd be like, yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
Right.
You know, even if it was something I did when I was 10 years old, I'd be like, oh, well, yeah, I was 10 years old, but I am sorry. That was me.
yeah.
You know, I was a moron.
Who else?
Who else
can take accountability?
Yeah.
No one.
Yeah, you take accountability just because there's nobody else to do it. I like that. You know,
Somebody's got to do
Someone's
it.
somebody's got to do it. You know, it's like
We're gonna have
we live, we
closure.
grow, we learn. But
Yeah.
like that was you. You know, to some extent, or like your body.
Yeah.
You know, how much I identify with my 10-year-old self, a little munchkin.
Just bullying people.
Yeah. Yeah. AITA for refusing to pay for my daughter's wedding after learning her fiance bullied my son. I honestly am at like everyone sucks here. I think this would
Yeah,
actually
I
be
agree.
shitty.
Yeah.
I forgot about that
That's
option.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
me too. That's
Everyone
true.
does suck there
Everyone
for sure.
sucks here.
Everyone except the gay brother.
Yeah. Once again, gay people just showing us how to do it.
Crushing it. Guys, please rate, review, subscribe. Join me on Patreon. Every episode ad-free, 200 plus bonus episodes. Lots of good juice on there. Come on, join. Only $5 a month. That's reasonable, right?
Yeah, and you can see my Ariana Grande beef.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, right.
Hell
right,
yeah.
right.
It's good. Good little beef.
$5 nothing.
Pluto be beefing. Would I be the asshole for dropping out of my friend's wedding last minute? We're both mid-20s females, and I'm a bridesmaid in my friend's wedding next month. We've been friends since middle school. I'm feeling apprehensive in continuing my duties as a bridesmaid lately. I spent lots of time, money, went on the destination bachelorette trip, bought gifts, went to the shower, blah, blah, blah. Things started to take a turn when I let her know my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer. I became her caretaker, and it's been devastating. She's my world. Friend knows and knows my mom. 7 months goes by. She doesn't say a word. She doesn't call, ask me how we are, doesn't visit. She lives 20 minutes away. I'm a bit in shock, but I brushed it off thinking she's stressed with wedding stuff. Recently at the bridal shower, before I leave, she says, my friend's mom got hip surgery today, so I'm going to go visit her.
Hip surgery.
I go blank. Maybe I'm wrong for feeling this way, but I felt triggered. 7 months go by, and I never felt that sense of urgency from her toward me. It almost felt intentional. After a few weeks, my mom was doing better, but then seriously backslid. She had pancreatic cancer. It was way more serious.
Oh my gosh.
I've been crying every day. I tell my friend I might be losing my mom and that I want to spend as many days as I can with her. I just want to be with my mom. I don't even know how I could show up to a wedding and smile for 48 hours.
Yeah.
When I tell her, she calls and expresses how sad she is for me. I asked her why she hasn't checked in, and she says she was waiting until things got really, really hard.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's
So when
wild.
my mom dies?
Yeah.
All this has been making me to question the friendship and life itself. I want to be intentional in my time, and spending a weekend with someone who might not care for me doesn't sit right. AITA.
Period.
I like that it's making her consider the entire friendship because that's where I'm at.
And life itself.
This is a funny
Life
friend.
itself.
Come on, yeah.
Well, I mean, I do feel like
Existential.
I relate with that, you know, just as my parents are getting older. Because, you know, you start
Yeah.
to see like, I was thinking about it. This is kind of dark, but I mean, it's just life. I was sitting there and I was like, you know, my dad turned 70.
Yep.
And I was like, you know, this is like not the last Christmas we're going to celebrate, but there's like a certain number left.
number.
It's definitely hopefully 10, maybe
Yeah.
20,
Yeah.
and they'll be 90.
You
But
never
it
know.
ain't 40. You know what I mean? Like there's a very finite countable number
The
left.
clock is ticking on all of us.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah.
And I do feel similarly. You probably don't get it yet because you're Gen Z. But
Yeah, you're 24. We get it.
there is.
We get it. Ew, people are
The
34.
The more you go
Gross.
home and visit your parents, you're like, dang, life is moving here too. And you
Yeah.
are getting older.
You
And
run out
it's
of
like,
time.
knock on wood, it's not this way. But if someone was actually sick, yeah, it would
Yeah.
be like, okay, I'm
Mhm.
focused and
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't have time. And I don't have time for funny friends. Funny meaning like shitty, by the way.
Yeah, I thought what was interesting here is, and I guess I was curious with you guys, like I feel like sometimes in a friendship, things can ebb and flow,
Mhm.
you know, and nobody likes someone who's like really keeping score, like,
Right.
oh, I did this for you, did this for me.
Mhm.
I guess my thought was kind of like this feeling she got after that happened. It was just like a very clear slap in the face. It was like kind of ambiguous for a second there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it was like, no, I blatantly care about someone more than you.
Well, she said it.
Well, she said,
She was like, I'm waiting until it gets really bad. Or
well, that was her excuse when she was confronted, right?
oh, you're talking about the hip
I was talking about the
surgery?
hip surgery,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
She's
That's
like,
weird.
Yeah. And so I guess I was curious, have you guys ever had a moment where a friend just said something and you just knew, like it just hit you so wrong and you're like, oh, like I wasn't seeing this for what it was and now I do. Just like Too far.
Like they say something and then you're like, oh, this is like what our friendship means to you versus me.
Yeah, or just something that rubbed you so wrong. You're like, that's it. There's really like, this just broke. Something just snapped there. Like something snapped into perspective.
Yes.
Yeah. But you
I was
want
gonna
to
say
share
probably, but
it? Probably.
I mean, I'm in a big also space where I'm like, we gotta cut out weird energies and like weird comments like that where it's like, oh, you're going to see your other friend's mom when you know like it's like an immediate. Yeah, I feel like I've had situations like that where I'm just like, okay, I got it. I got your number.
Yeah.
And we can move on from here. But like now you're like this tier friend instead of like this tier.
Separate. What was that hand gesture?
Like above.
Tears.
You know?
Yeah.
I have my friends
Friendship
on tears.
tier. Where am
I mean,
in hell.
in the moon. No, to the
Yeah, I feel like this is like a no undo button thing, but I also feel like it was kind of in a way it wasn't a kindness, but it was kind of like, well, it was kind of what she was already feeling, it sounds like, and then it just kind of got spelled out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was kind of in the land of plausible deniability, like, oh, I think she cares, but she's busy.
Right.
And then she basically just said, like, straight up, like, you're not a priority, and your mom's not a priority.
Yeah. But
You
that
know?
seems, I mean, I'm curious to know how this friend actually feels because it seems, I don't know. Like, why are you doing that? Like, are you a little jealous of this friend? Like, or do you truly feel this much closer to like the hip surgery friend? And you just, maybe she's got her friends on
like,
tears.
sometimes people get weird with like, if you have like a sick family member, they like they don't know what to say or what to do.
Yeah.
But then for her to be like, oh, I'm going to like hang out with my other friend whose mom was having surgery.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like, Jesus.
so you are fine with like supporting people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless like cancer is particularly triggering.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You kind of have to say that, I think. Or
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like sometimes a friend, you know, you think it's one way, you see it another way, and that's it. I don't know.
have you had a situation where you have a friend say something that you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've had a friend say something, and I was like, okay, this is not gonna work.
Yeah.
This is not gonna work.
Yeah.
I was like, we're just not gonna be able to get past that. I can already tell.
Did you tell them in the moment or you just like filed it away?
I was just like, I think it's over, and I just kind of, you know, faded out.
Ghosted.
Yes.
Not ghosted, but just kind of like, I was like, I don't want to have a conflict about this. I don't want to work through this. I just kind of know everything I need to know.
Yeah.
So you didn't say anything, or did you?
I didn't really say anything. And they even apologized for it. But I was like, it was just that you said it, though.
Yeah.
You said what you said. There was no undo button. And I was like, that's what you really think, isn't it? You're sorry that you said it because you didn't want to necessarily say it because it wasn't a good thing to say.
Really?
But I was like, that is what you think, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that it was interesting. The apology didn't actually say, what they said was like, you need help, you know, you need help. Like I need therapy or whatever, like that kind of energy. Like I'm mentally sick. And I was like, yeah, you really think that. And if you really think that, yo, that's fair. I mean, you're allowed to think that.
But that's how you
But
feel.
I was like, what am I going to argue with you? you know,
about this.
Hey, you think that, so we shouldn't be friends. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a no undo situation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because
So.
I know you're true.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of why. I mean, look, I think this is not all friends are for this. Let me say that. I feel like some people would want to say that, but like the fact that she knows the mom to me is a little weird. Like if I knew someone's mom, like not that I met her once, like I knew her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would, oh my God, I think
Absolutely.
over the course of months, I live 20 minutes away. I think that
20
would come up.
minutes.
You know, I mean, I don't have a car here, so 20 minutes by car is kind of a stretch. But I would go with you at some point, maybe.
I would definitely pull up at some point.
Yeah.
I would bring something.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't know the mom, probably. If you were like my friend and I knew your mom was going through that, I would still show up in some way. So this girl's kind of wild.
Wild.
Even with the wedding planning, I don't think that's enough.
Yeah, everything else aside, even like the everything after that, just like not showing up to begin with is crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think crazy, but I know you didn't mean it like that. But like,
Like what?
well, not crazy. It's just like I mean, I feel like
Wild.
she's just saying like she's really just communicating like I don't care that much about you. I'm not willing to put in And so I feel like OP's reaction is kind of like the same. It's like, yeah, you're not willing to put in effort for me and toward people I care about, and I'm not willing to do that for you. And that's actually healthy.
True. That's true.
That's not bad.
And we can both just do what we need to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to not go to your wedding.
Yeah.
I don't think it really matters if the wedding's like close or whatever else she was worried about. It's like, it's okay.
You don't want to go.
Yeah.
So don't
It sucks
go.
that she already spent all the money on it, though. Didn't she say in the beginning?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, she went to all the things. But
I
I'm
guess
like,
for her, she's like, I don't care.
Give
That's
me a
worth it for
refund.
me. Yeah. Or not. I just want time with my mom.
yeah, well, a wedding to an extent is, you know, a celebration of the person's future and stuff. And I feel like this person kind of communicated with you like, you know, this is kind of a one-way thing.
Yeah.
You care about me. I don't care that much about you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I don't want to be at that person's wedding.
Yeah.
If you don't want to reciprocate. I mean, I feel like closeness is cool, but it does lead to like heavier splits,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. It's tough.
right?
Yeah.
It's like not a big deal if your acquaintance is like, bye.
She said they've been friends for 15 years.
Yeah,
Damn.
Crazy.
it's long.
That's a long time for her to be being so
For
weird.
her to not care that your mom has cancer.
Yeah. Or not like address it, acknowledge
I mean, yeah,
it.
she probably knows the mom 15 years. I mean,
Yeah.
God, it's probably
20
like
minutes
dozens of
away.
memories,
Yeah.
you know?
And waiting till things got hard is nuts.
Really hard.
Really hard.
That's a terrible excuse.
That's insane.
I mean, that's just someone who has an excuse for everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
How bad does it have to be? She's like, life support? Is it still beeping though?
Yeah, exactly.
That's not that bad. Come on.
Yeah. Can I get a death certificate?
Yeah, let me
Okay.
know when she's dead.
Yeah.
I think it's asshole-ish. I mean, I think it's asshole-ish to like, I feel like this person was probably, it's maybe not here written out, but like taking advantage of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if someone's coming too strong on you, I think this is a very mature thing to do. Like if someone's giving you more than is appropriate and you're not willing to give them back, I think you got to rein that in a little bit. I think that's what an emotionally mature person does.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like she was giving her friend
Yeah,
more?
I think
Well,
so.
the one with the mom.
The one with the mom who's sick was giving this OP,
Mm-hmm.
who wrote the situation,
Uh-huh. Yes.
was giving this friend more than the friend was willing to give back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And obviously that can happen to an extent and it can balance out.
Yeah.
But I just think with time, like you eventually have to kind of call someone out or just like set boundaries because that's not fair to the other person either.
Yeah.
Really. I think that's what mature people do.
I do think that takes a level of self-awareness, though, that I wonder if this girl has.
It's a big ask.
It's a big ask for you to know that I'm giving more.
Yeah, like for instance, one time someone volunteered to clean my house for me. I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Like a friend? Like an acquaintance?
Yeah, an acquaintance.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
I mean,
You said no.
Yeah, I was uncomfortable. I was like, no, of course I would never let anyone do that
Yeah.
Because I would never clean your house.
because I would never clean your house. That's it. I would feel that obligation.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I was confused the last 5 minutes. I get what you're saying.
That's, you know what? I'm really impressed because there was probably a lot of confused listeners.
I get it now, though. I get
You
what
know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
you should take a step back as the person who's not giving as much, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Or yeah, like, or just like be conscious of it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Because like, I don't know, there are doormats in this world, but like
Right.
it is still fucked up. Like,
Yeah.
don't dance on a doormat. Like that's a human being. Like,
Yeah.
you try to be aware of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because like it's not appropriate and it's
Yeah.
shitty. And that person will hate you eventually. They'll get walked on for a
Yeah.
while. But like that's
then
no
resent.
good.
Yeah.
It's true. And I think about that more for like romantic relationships, but it's true in friendships.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's easy to like conceptualize, right? Like women don't generally want to let the guy pay if she's not into him, right? Like that's an example of this because she's like, she doesn't want to feel that reciprocation.
Yeah.
You know?
Obligation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's true.
Very true.
But it's true with friendship.
I mean, I think when you're getting to know people, it's fine because like I'm going to invite a lot of people to like parties and casual things. I'm not going to be like keeping score. But eventually, if I invite someone to like 5 things and I'm not seeing anything back from them, yeah, I'm going to start to be like, you know, why do I even fucking keep that person around?
Mm.
You know?
What do you mean back from them? Like
Just
they invite you to
eventually
stuff?
I'll track it. Yeah, invite me back to stuff
Yeah.
or just show up or make me feel like something.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
it's
yeah.
a big
Like
enough
they're in
difference,
this.
it'll register.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's not like, I'm not like, I don't got a
One for
spreadsheet.
one.
not
Like,
each thing.
Yeah.
Krystle gave me 2 cookies. I invited her to one game night. We're going to create an equation here. She's in debt by 0.4 cookies. But it's just like a vibe where I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, like you literally are someone who will always come
Just
to, you'll just take.
Yeah.
You'll just take.
Yeah.
And you got to rein that in because it's like, well, why? If
Yeah.
you're just going to take, who do you think you are, bro? Well, find someone else to take from.
That's true. I've also had
So true.
situations where I feel like people are takers, but they will give me as much back. But I don't want to give as much. So then I decide I need to pull back. Does that make sense?
I'm feeling like Pluto right now. What does that mean?
Wait, I'm kind of
Almost.
grasping what you're saying. You're saying like
yeah, okay. Because some people aren't just takers.
yeah.
Like they are willing to give. Like I have some friends who I feel like I had to say, okay, like you kind of have to be an acquaintance because they will ask a lot of me, but they would also give
Yes,
me
I see what
anything
you're
I
saying.
needed. But I'm like, I would never ask you
To do that.
to do that.
Can we get an
though.
example? Just to, I think I catch your
I
drift.
get what you're saying.
I had one friend, and this was a long time ago, but she like wanted to go to I feel like she was just maybe kind of like a more high maintenance friend. So I think she wanted to go like for an international trip for her like 25th birthday or something like that. And I was like, that's like a crazy amount of money for me right now. And I just don't want to do that. And I could tell it like really rubbed her the wrong way. And when I thought about it, I was like, if I had probably asked her to go somewhere for my 25th birthday, she probably would have moved heaven and earth to do it.
Yeah.
But I would not ask that of you.
Mm-hmm.
And so it just means we're not like matching up as friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you need more than me or something different. And so I feel like it's on me to be like, oh, okay, we have to be this
That
level
makes
of friends
sense.
then. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Okay.
that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
great.
it doesn't have to be ugly either. I mean, that's taken me a long
Yeah.
time to realize. It's like, yeah, some people you don't really want to be really close friends with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nice here where it's like we're this level of friends. Not everyone has to be your bestie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, I don't want to be having to do stuff really for you. You know, let's keep it chill.
Let's keep it chill.
Let's keep it chill.
I want to do some stuff for you, but like not
Yeah.
too much.
Would I be the asshole for dropping out of my friend's wedding last minute?
I'm gonna read this one.
I think
Oh,
that's
this
the
is
one we already did.
okay.
That's, you just got downgraded to acquaintance.
They're all about weddings.
Yeah, I think at this one I am at not the asshole and the other person is. Though I'll admit, almost part of me does want to say no assholes here because I'm kind of like, she just told you what it is. And it's probably been that way for a while and you didn't want to see it for
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
But I do think it's shitty. I feel like she was led on, you know, to an extent. This person walked on her a bit.
I think so too.
I think it's not the asshole and she is. You guys with me?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Definitely
Guys-
with you.
And I'm sorry for her mom. I hope she's doing okay.
I hope so too.
How long ago was this post?
It was 6 days ago. So
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. Guys, please rate, review, subscribe. Join me on Patreon. 200 plus bonus episode. $5 a month. That's freaking reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Great apps. Lots of juice. So much. Every episode ad free. The timestamps are accurate. You can skip the banter, but you really want to skip the banter.
It's the best
We got
part.
a Discord. You can talk with people. Come on, just get on Patreon, guys. Seriously. I want you there.
Do it.
All right, Krystle, take us out. Final sitch.
Am I the asshole for letting someone skip my bachelorette party and not telling them new details? My brother has been trying to push me to get closer to his girlfriend, Mary, together 3 months. I've done my best to get to know her, initiating dinners, trying her hobbies with her, etc., but we honestly don't really get along. I personally think she's a snob. She complimented my designer bag, but took the compliment back when she found out it was thrifted, as in literally said, "Yike, I take that back." While she thinks I lack culture and sophistication, also something she's mentioned when trying to convince me to do a makeover with her. The issue is that I'm getting married this year and my brother has been really trying to get her involved. I put my foot down with the bridal party since they've only been dating for 3 months and I don't know her, but he insisted that I invite her to the bachelorette. It was originally supposed to be super low-key and local. Mary tried to push for something more extravagant, but it really wasn't in my budget. When I wouldn't budge, she told us something came up that weekend and she couldn't go. I was later surprised by my friends who had come together to organize a lavish weekend through favors and points, i.e. one of my friend's aunts works for a spa, so she was able to get discounted packages. Another used her travel points to book a suite, etc. I was not told about this and was truly and happily surprised. The issue is that Mary found out when we posted pictures and said she was pissed, all caps. My brother is now saying that I deliberately left her out, but she told me she was busy. Mary said that if she had known what the weekend was like, though, she would have rearranged her schedule. Just keep it honest. I feel conflicted because I suspect that my friends didn't tell Mary on purpose, but they're claiming they made these plans after Mary bowed out and didn't reach back out since she was busy. My brother still says I should have double checked and made more of an effort to let Mary know my plans, so I figured I'd ask the internet for their thoughts.
She can go fuck herself. I don't know. Like, it's either you want to spend time. Yeah. You want to spend time with your boyfriend's sister, or you don't. It's not really about like
what we're doing.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be.
Are you a real one or not?
If
you want to be there or not?
If you don't want me at my local pub crawl,
then
you don't deserve me
at my hotel
and my spa bachelorette.
Period.
Nice. I have to say, though, the brother is being real weird here.
Yeah, it's so
3 months is just too soon,
yeah.
man. That's weird. You don't even know that girl.
Yeah.
Who is she?
And she
That's
sounds like a
true.
bitch.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. The OP actually literally said, yike. I take that back. A singular
crazy.
yike. This person's a psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
This person has bodies in their freezer. Yike.
I take that back.
She's like, that's so weird. I can't even give you multiple yikes. Like,
that's how bizarre it is that
Only
you
have
would
one
thrift
yike
a
to
bag.
Disgusting.
Thrifting is cool, Mary, and it helps the environment.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So
This is not in LA, I tell you what.
Exactly.
Because in LA, you're weird if you wear normal clothes.
it's like, why does that have tags on it?
Yeah, exactly. Is that new? Yeah, I think you're onto something though, Pluto. With like, there is, I don't know. It depends. To me, I'm like, if I'm friends with someone, they go, "You want to go to this thing?" If it's something I don't like, I don't feel like I'm a real one for being like, I don't really want to see, I don't want to see death metal.
I feel like that's different.
Right?
Yeah.
If the thing is alienating.
Well, because like that's like if you don't want to see a movie or something, that's different than like this is the event. It's what was it? Bachelorette party? Is that what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like the main thing that you're doing is like celebrating the poster.
Right.
Like it's not really about what
What
it
you're doing.
is. Yeah.
Right. Another issue here is I don't like when people try to push for shit. Don't be pushy.
Yeah.
Don't be pushy. You can't be pushing people into relationships. You got to create a little recipe, like a little event or something,
Yeah, that's organic.
Exactly. Organic. Let them discover each other if it's going to happen.
And it sounds like they've still been trying. Like she's like, we go to dinners. I do her hobbies with her.
Well, it sounds
and they
like
just don't really get along.
It sounds like OP is trying. It sounds like Mary's not trying.
Mary's not really trying.
And I feel like it's kind of on her at that point.
And you definitely should come to this bachelorette.
Yeah, that's the thing.
No matter what it is.
You're just not trying. That's what
I also don't like that she was pushing for the bachelorette to be more than what
Yeah, like I don't know you. What
OP
do you mean?
wanted it to be. Yeah.
It's just all around weird.
You don't do that.
Yeah.
If you're new to a group,
you should just be happy to be here.
Exactly. You don't fuck with the group and the norms of the group. That's what they're doing. You don't try to. You can offer like, well, my dad has a beach house. Just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
If you have,
if you have that, that's true.
But like, yeah, I feel like a lot of people. I don't know. Whenever I go in a new group, I'm very quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just because I don't know.
Gotta know your place.
I don't know you people.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna come in too hot.
Don't come in hot. That's weird.
But it sounds like maybe coming in hot is this girl's style with the
Yike.
With the yike.
I take that back. And she told her she lacked sophistication and culture. Was that the wording?
And culture.
Culture
Please
and
don't.
sophistication is crazy.
That's terrible.
That's so mean.
That's terrible. You don't say that to someone.
No.
And you're gonna do a makeover. That seems like an aggressive. What do you guys make of that?
That's giving
as
Glinda.
women?
I was like, that's literally
giving
wicked.
Glinda, yeah.
Oh, that's wicked.
Popular, yeah.
Your favorite song.
That is my favorite song. I don't know that I grasp the lyrics.
It's just she's
really
trying to
good.
change Alphaba to be like to look cooler.
Yeah, but it's like it's so
backhanded,
ridiculous.
yeah.
It's funny.
Would you guys ever offer a friend a makeover? No.
No.
So insulting.
Yeah, I never. at this point,
you
too,
look hideous.
It's like
let's change it. Let's fix it.
Yeah, it's like you clearly, you know how you look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially at this age.
Yeah, at this age, at this medium age.
This medium age.
I'm like, you should know what. Yeah, you. Is that what you're about to say? I don't mean to be so on age.
I was gonna make a joke about how you guys are old, but it's
just make it. We're here. Let's hear it.
It wasn't a good joke.
No, I want to hear it. Let's hear it.
I want to know if you're a friend or an acquaintance.
I forgot it actually. I forgot what it was.
Dang, what was I saying about that?
That you know what you are.
You know what you look like, yeah. And so I feel like now if I have a friend who I'm like, oh, that's interesting that they, but I'm like, they must like that. And I also have to remember, like, I do things for me. And people probably look at me sometimes and think,
exactly.
Why is she dressed like that?
Really?
Sure.
I feel like you're on the, if there's 1 to 10 where I'm like 1 and 10 is crazy. You're
fashion wise?
Yeah. Well, like, these giant hats. A lot of people here wearing giant hats.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Is that an Echo Park thing?
I actually have a new hat I want to try out. I wonder if it's
really?
What you're thinking.
You'd be a giant hat girl?
It's not. I don't know if it's giant.
Is that a thing?
Yes, that's a,
what
never
kind?
Seen people with
like a cowboy?
hats? What neighborhood do you live in?
She's
Hollywood.
Hollywood?
I don't see
where they manufacture the giant hats.
Yeah, like anyone's got
them.
Like a cowboy hat or like a rimmed hat?
Weird hat, like a giant hat.
Is it like one specific hat, or is it like?
I went out to dinner last night, and there was this woman wearing a hat that was like, kind of shaped like a bowling ball, like a big bowling ball, like a ball hat.
Interesting.
It looked terrible.
And you consider that like a 10 on the fashion?
It's not fashionable.
What is the point here? Oh, you would give her a makeover? Is that your point?
Yeah. Well, I would just take the hat from her. In my
regime,
you can't have a hat like that. That's too much.
Let me give you a makeover, and that's it.
No hat. Yeah. Lose the hat.
Lose the hat. Drop the.
Drop the. Nice. But yeah, I mean, you can't just say that. You got to be cool. I mean, I have to grit my teeth all day about this.
The hat?
Yeah, just whatever weird shit.
I can't imagine
caring.
Wearing. Maybe I have seen hats and I just like don't care. Like I don't ever look at someone and think, oh, that looks bad. Like I just like don't care.
On anything anyone wears?
No. Not even like when people post like red carpet looks and they'll be like, it's so hideous. I'm like, okay, it's like if I'm looking at a celebrity, like it's obviously already a beautiful person, so it's like doesn't really matter what they're wearing. I just like don't ever celebrities. I don't ever think about outfits. Period.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're pretty swaggy.
I mean, I think about my own outfits. I don't ever look at someone and think like I hate that outfit.
Why are they wearing that?
Yeah. And I also don't think I love that outfit. Like I actually don't really.
Oh, really? You've never looked at me and thought?
I mean, I tell you, if someone like if I see someone out, I'll be like, I love your outfit. It's just not. It doesn't ever stick out to me. Like I would never.
Can I compliment sandwich your outfit?
Oh.
So that means I'm going to say a nice thing?
Say, and then
but then
not so nice.
Maybe a not so nice thing.
To my outfit? But you're going to end it on a nice thing.
Sure. Can I comment on yours afterwards?
Absolutely.
I love that you look
can
down.
Say whatever you want. You don't even need to give me a sandwich. You can just be
blunt.
Straight up mean to me.
Blunt, Danny.
Okay, go ahead.
I really like how your sleeves, which are pink and blue, match your, what do you call this
Thank
here?
you. I did. That was intentional.
What is this called?
Eyeshadow.
Thanks.
Okay, now we're getting the meat part.
Okay.
Don't come for the vest.
The vest and the other part of the sweat. Is that one piece of clothing?
Finish your thought first.
Well, I feel like it doesn't really match. So there's a lot of clashing in the center.
Okay.
So that's the meat.
Okay.
But I like how your hair is just slightly pink. Just slightly.
Oh, I see the compliment sandwich.
And that's kind of matching the sleeves as well.
Okay. Thank you and fuck you. And thank you.
Okay.
That's my thank
you
sandwich.
That's your response.
Yeah.
I mean, am I wrong or like, do you see the clash?
I think it's kind of just like doing any color. Kind of just.
Okay.
I guess I feel like I know your vibe and it is bright, colorful. And I feel like that's...
What if I just started crying?
Oh my God, I'd feel horrible.
Guys, don't come after my vest.
No, I was going to say
I like the vest. It's
the
context and with the sleeves. Are the sleeves and the vest one thing?
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What other shirt would you wear this vest with? A solid color?
I don't know what... I don't understand clothes, so I don't understand what's what. Is that one piece?
This is one shirt.
No, it's separate.
These two are separate. Sorry
Those
to touch you so
sleeves
much.
are separate than the sweatshirt?
Yeah, I consciously put the vest on after putting the shirt on.
Nice.
No, but I don't understand. Is that... Yeah, no,
this
that is
all
one thing.
That's what we mean. Yeah.
Oh,
You bought that at a store?
I bought this at... I bought it at Melrose
Crossroads?
Trading Post,
Yeah.
actually.
I like it. I think sometimes...
I'm not losing the vest.
Don't lose the vest.
No, but my issue...
It's a statement.
The vest is an additional clash, but the
Additional
the
clash.
sweatshirt... what is this
sweater,
called? What are you wearing? A sweater.
Like a sweater.
The sweater is inherently clash, so that means that
maybe I like a clash, though.
Well, no, but somebody made it.
That's my thing.
Right? You're telling me somebody made it.
made it.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe I'm wrong. Someone made it.
But I think it's not always easy to wear bright, vibrant colors. So I kind of admire your...
Thank you. See, I'm taking a risk.
Yeah.
See, you're just wearing a
What
t-shirt.
is the like girls meme?
Hit
They're
me.
like, let's make fun of the girl who's going out on a limb.
Yeah,
and
let's
trying-
make fun of the girl who's trying it. Who's taking a creative risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so me right now. Like, come
I'm
on.
taking a lot of risks.
Come on.
Straight up Evil
I wore
Knievel.
this
Like the only non-risk
blue
is
shirt.
just I'm wearing jeans. I should have
Yeah,
worn
I do
pink
like these too, though.
pants.
No.
All right, roast
Anyways.
me. I'm getting excited about this.
No,
I'm
it's
wearing
not, I'm still not
pants
roasting you.
and a gray shirt. And it's an Amazon
it's just
shirt.
zero risk. That's all. It's just a
Amazon.
t-shirt.
Well, I got the
that's
gold
it.
chain.
I did
Is that
notice the
that's a
chain.
risk?
Well, I don't know if it's a risk.
Do you always wear that?
Yeah, sometimes I've been putting it on more, trying to seem cool. And I put on my contacts for you guys, and I did a little gel in my hair. I mean, I put some effort here. I know it's not a lot compared
It
to
doesn't
you.
show.
That's fair. I deserve that.
Maybe you could put my vest on.
Ooh,
I'll wear your vest.
That would be nice.
Toss it over.
It's gonna be a little small, no?
It's just it'll fit.
Like this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. All right.
Nice.
Yeah, come on.
It really brings out your skin tone.
Oh,
I love it.
That's it.
yeah, I got the
Yeah,
set.
see, now you took a risk.
No Rose Trading Post.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty chic. Popping off.
Yeah.
It clashes with the V-neck.
Oh, is that a clash?
Mhm.
But you're pro clash.
Yeah, I love a clash.
You love a clash. Interesting.
Can't you tell?
Clearly.
I mean, didn't we just go over this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if you agree. So you agree that it's a clash, but you're pro
like
clash.
it.
Okay. Well,
I think clash is like kind of in. I feel like people mix patterns all the time now.
Yeah, no.
this is exactly what I imagine people say in LA.
Clash is
Clash is in.
Clash is in.
Clash is in. Get the hat. Get the ball hat.
Exactly.
Get the big hat.
Get the big hat.
And get
That's all you're missing in this outfit.
I need a giant
Just a
hat.
You need a giant hat and some cowboy boots.
There we go.
Cowboy pointed toe. Yes.
What about the one wheel? Do I get any credit for that? It's kind of like my fashion statement.
Do you know about
The
the
electric
one wheel?
skateboard I have with only one wheel.
I don't think you can say that like people always know what it is.
Well, I reference it a lot here. They know. It's on.
That's
the,
true,
It's on the
that's true.
podcast logo. They know.
I didn't know about it.
You know what that is? It's a
No.
one wheel electric skateboard.
I know what it is. Yeah, congrats.
Oh.
You have one?
Yeah.
You ride it around here?
Yeah.
Oh, he,
I feel like
anytime
I'm
I
a
see
boy. That
somebody.
got scary. She got mean.
No, I
You have one? You ride it around here?
I'm just wondering.
You said congrats at one point.
You're
That
blonde.
was
You need to
crazy.
back off. Okay. You're that's triggering me. Okay. You fucking Ashley.
I'm just curious.
Yeah. I ride it around. I don't have a car. I just ride a one wheel. It's not a joke.
You had a car very recently.
I
Right?
did. I got rid of the car.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Car free.
Wow.
It's cool. It seems like hard. I don't know how you don't crash. Do you ever
Well-
have you ever fallen off it?
Yeah, I have, but not in the city. In the woods.
Oh.
In the desert.
Interesting.
Did you get hurt?
Yeah, I think I fractured my tailbone and bruised it bad.
Oh.
You didn't go to the doctor?
weeks. No, there's nothing you can really do.
Yeah, tailbone. They're just
Oh,
like,
you
fuck
have to
you.
let
They're
it
like, yeah,
Here's a
fuck
donut.
you. You're fucked, idiot.
They give you an
What are you
inflatable
doing?
seat and then they tell you to fuck off. They send you
Jeez.
home.
How do you know that?
Because my brother broke his tailbone when we were younger,
Oh,
remember?
I see.
Damn.
There's nothing they can do. It's the worst like thing to break. Actually, never mind.
It's up
Besides
there.
your spine and everything else.
Yeah, that's true. Spine, that's rough. AITA for letting someone skip my bachelorette party, not telling them new details. I think we agree.
No.
Right.
This was a clash of interests. I don't know if I made
Of-
that work.
Yeah, of
You did.
friendship values, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like the brother needs to just stop.
Relax.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of think he's being an asshole. That's awkward. You're putting people in an awkward
Yeah, maybe the
position.
brother's
It's
the
weird.
asshole.
That
I
brother
feel like
is
it
kind of an
is.
asshole. And I feel like you kind of, well, I don't know. You don't know. But I feel like you maybe know your girlfriend's like, doesn't have a lot of friends or something. and so you're trying to force it.
Maybe.
Or well, no, I feel like he's doing it for himself because he's like, the more I bring her in the circle, the more she's mine.
Oh,
and it's like, I guess I don't love that strategy.
I didn't even think of
I don't love that. Yeah,
right?
That's a good man thought. That's probably true.
Oh, you think that's true?
Could be, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like that theory.
If you're more in a circle, it'll stick you.
It's
more?
harder to get out. Yeah, it's like, oh, now I know I'm friends with his sister though. How could I leave?
Oh, for sure.
Then you end up being with someone you hate for like 8 years.
Exactly.
This is all because I hung out with his sister twice.
I went to the bachelorette.
I don't feel like guys work that way as much.
Really?
Not that conniving?
No, I mean on the other side, if a girl was like, "You gotta meet my brother."
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah, no.
bro.
No.
I mean, the bro was chill, but I ain't here for the bro, man. It's you or nothing.
Exactly.
I mean, if they were a bad family, that would work against them. But I wouldn't be like, yeah. I guess I always say that like, you marry the family, but I don't know how strong that is on the beneficial side.
On the beneficial, like if it's a good family.
Yeah, if they're neutral.
Yeah.
And above, I'm cool with it, but I don't think I'm gonna be like, yeah, I like her, but her dad is sick. Let's do it. Let's get married. You know what I mean? Like, it's not enough.
And I would do that.
You would do that?
Yeah. I would be like, they're all right, but the friend group though?
The friend group's lit.
His younger brother, it's like,
gotta do it.
Yeah. Which is not good. Don't do that. I don't think that's
Don't do
right.
that.
Yeah.
That's not advice. That's just your personal.
Yeah, that's just
I love it.
me. Do as I say.
So I think we're saying, I think we're saying that she is the asshole though. Or is it everyone sucks here? I don't know. I don't need to go that hard on the brother.
Who's the
Mary.
asshole? Oh, yes. I agree.
Mary's the asshole.
Mary's the asshole.
Mary and her
Yeah,
boyfriend.
the poster is not at all. And the brother's a little weird.
Brother's a little weird.
And the friends who maybe potentially lied.
I didn't understand that part. How did they lie?
They already had that big thing planned and they told her that it was
Well, I feel like it
it
was a surprise.
It was a surprise, but I guess once
didn't
they
let
realized,
her know.
they didn't let
But she's
Mary
not in the
know.
group, and that
It's
goes back to the
true.
brother. That's not on them that's a lie. I'm like, we don't have to
No.
tell Mary everything. We don't even know
No.
Mary.
And if Mary didn't want to come for
She
this,
didn't wanna come.
Yeah.
we're not
No,
gonna
yeah.
circle back and be like,
Because
now it's more
maybe
fun.
the friends were real for that because they wanted to see if she really wanted to come.
Yeah,
If she
exactly. Everyone wants a spa package. Come on.
And I feel like they're being a good friend to their bride because they're
I
like,
think so. I can't take
we're
them
not
for
gonna
that.
have this shitty sister-in-law here.
Mary's the asshole. Brother's weird.
Yeah.
Agree.
Guys, thanks for joining me. Plug it up.
Thanks so
Thank
much
you.
for having
This
me.
has been fun.
This was so fun.
You can follow me everywhere at Pluto Papaya. Everywhere. Every single place you could imagine.
Even in
Substack?
the street.
Yeah, Substack.
Really? Wow. I thought you were going to say that. I thought I had
Thought you got
I'm
it.
Pluto Papaya on Substack.
Wow.
I'm at _Krystle_Drew. That's only on Instagram, so sorry. You can't follow me anywhere
Follow you on
else.
Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram. I do have a TikTok, but it's a different name. I don't really know it.
We'll just go with the Instagram.
Go with Instagram, and then you can follow me over to TikTok maybe somehow.
There we go.
We'll figure it out. We'll work it out.
We'll find it. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.